What kind of pies will you be making for dessert this year for Thanksgiving? Is it going to be apple pie, lemon meringue pie, pumpkin pie, or cheesecake? Cheesecake counts as a pie, right? Today I want to show you guys how to make a mini pumpkin pie.
You're watching the Bear Pantry Show.
Why a mini pumpkin pie, guys? Because I don't really like pumpkin pie and I wanted to do this recipe for you guys. I found this recipe online and the lady who did it made a big batch for the dough, and she made it like a crumble, then put it in the freezer, and then she would thaw it out, measure how much she needed to make the different pies, and then put it back in the freezer. So I liked that idea. So she did 9 cups of flour. But we're not going to do that today. We're going to divide her recipe by 4, okay? Because we want the 6 by 2. I'm also going to put the ingredients down below if you wanted to do an 8 or 9 inch pie. For her filling, she made 3 big pies, like 8 or 9 inch pies. We're going to divide her recipe by 3 because we want to make this mini pie. So let's start first of all with the dough. And we're going to start with the flour. It's all-purpose flour and it's 1 cup plus 1/8 of a cup. And 1/8 of a cup is also 2 tablespoons, okay? Next, we're gonna add cornstarch, and it's only 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. And then baking powder, and it's 1/16 of a teaspoon. And then powdered sugar, and it's 1/8 of a cup or 2 tablespoons. Let me show you how to measure for the baking powder. So because her original recipe calls for 1/2 teaspoon to the 9 cups, and we're dividing it by 4, 1/2 teaspoon then becomes a quarter becomes 1/8, which is a dash, and 1/8 becomes 1/16, which is a pinch, a little bitty pinch, all right? So that's all we need with some lard, but I don't have lard, so I'm gonna add shortening. And it's only 1/2 cup of shortening for this mini pie, okay? Well, that seems like a lot though, but 1/2 cup of shortening. And then this is what the crumble looks like that you will put in the freezer for future use. But today we're going to be making the pie, so I'm going to add water, okay? So I'm going to start with 1 tablespoon and add as many as I need to bring the dough together. So this is feeling pretty good, but I feel like I need another one. So what are we up to? About 3, right? I still feel some dry spots. So I'm going to add another tablespoon of water right here. Let me pour it out my little cup. So this is feeling pretty good. I feel like all the stuff is gathered together. So I'm going to get it on the counter and just kind of bring it together even more. It's not the kind of dough that you can fraise or frise or whatever that word is. So press it into a disc, and then I'm going to put it in some parchment paper. And then I'm going to put this in the fridge for at least 15 minutes. You could put it for more, but at least 15, okay? So now let's take care of the filling. So Joe went and got me a can of pumpkin because I couldn't find any pumpkin this year that was cheap. So we're going to use the puree from the can. And because we're gonna make her recipe into 1/3, it's gonna be 1/2 cup of the puree. And I can't divide an egg, so we're gonna use a whole egg. But for right now, we're adding the sugar, white sugar, and then some salt, and then brown sugar. And remember, I'm gonna have all the ingredients down below, okay? And then some all-purpose flour. Let me go ahead and do the 1 egg. And it calls for 5 ounces of milk, but we're gonna monitor that too because that 1 egg was big. If you hear a lot of banging right now, the winds are blowing, well, they're gusting up to 75 miles an hour in my neck of the woods, okay, the Santa Ana winds. So I'm gonna add the milk, and this is just some regular lactose-free milk. I usually have only lactose-free milk in stock. So see how liquidy the thing is? Now I've gotten the dough from the fridge. I'm just trying to bring it to, well, not really room temperature, but to make it be rollable, right? So this is my 6 by 2 pie pan. And if I use something that I think you guys might want to buy, I'm going to tag it in my YouTube store down below, or I'll put the link in the description to my Amazon store. And if you don't see any links to anything, then you'll see my books, the 3 books that I'm selling from my website, scroll across the bottom, because YouTube has finally hooked up my website to my YouTube channel. Yay! All right, so let's get back to the pie. So make sure that the counter is thoroughly floured. And just kind of give it a little bit of time to thaw out as you go along. You don't want the dough to crack, all right? So patiently just roll. We want to get it thin, but not too thin that it's going to fall apart on the bottom. But I don't really like a thick pie crust in any of my pies. So let's go ahead and put it in here. The camera fell just now. I know the lighting is not right, but it's okay, you guys can still see. Let's go ahead and trim off the edge here with my little sharp knife. Joshua's in the kitchen trying to get his lunch going. So we have some pie dough left over. Now let's pour the filling. We're not gonna blind bake. I'm just mashing it to match the pattern of the pie dish. Kind of like a fluting, right? I'm gonna put it on this baking tray because I'm afraid of spillage. This is how full it is, guys, with the 1/3 recipe. This is an hour later at 350. See how it's jiggling in the middle? I know it's not done, so I'm not even gonna stick a toothpick in there. I'm just gonna put it back in, let it go for another, let's say 15 minutes. And that's looking pretty good. Let's test. I still think it needs another 5. So that's gonna be what? An hour and 20 minutes total for it to bake? Ooh, look how it poofed up, guys. Yeah, that's clean. This is done. Oh, look at the pretty picture. This is the camera that tipped over. No, it didn't fall, so it didn't break, but I lost the good lighting when I was putting in the crust in the thingy. So I'm gonna set it there. Joe came on the scene. Joe, look, what do you think?
Looks good.
Look, it's teeny tiny. All right, it smells good. Smell it? Right? And I'm not into pumpkin pie, but it smells good. I just love that it's so small. This could be a personal pie for somebody, right? So let's cut. Now I have a lot of pie cutting tools. This one I got from my friend Jessica. Came with a whole set of thing.
This is good for like for 4 people.
4 or 5, right? Okay. Then look, Christmas one. And then an old-fashioned. Why am I showing when I have the camera right here? It has the parts, but I don't think these parts cut really well. So I'm going to use this little knife that comes with that set right there. And I'm going to go ahead and let's see. We want to make a Y first. The letter, the top part of the Y, which is like a V.
Why?
I'll show you. So you see the V, right, Joe? Right? And then you put the tail for it to make the Y, right? You got it? So you see the Y right there? So then that way you could split this evenly. And then you could split that evenly. And it will give you 5 pieces, right? So let's cut. Oh, I love this little knife. I think it's like a steak knife, but it's doing good. Let's see if we can get that one piece out. Please don't break. I don't know if I'm feeling the bottom. You see it sticking? I know Joe was going.
Cut deeper.
Oh, you mean it's still clinging to the other side? Okay, to the other piece. Okay, I thought the bottom. I don't know how this pie dough is going to come out. This is the first time I've tried it. It feels pretty good here though. Okay, so see. Okay, what I'm going to do is just kind of flip this over because this is not going to be the one for the thumbnail. So let me get another piece out. Do another piece for the thumbnail. Oh, let me taste the dough though. Let's taste. The dough is not bad.
How do I know that?
I'm telling you.
Nah, yeah, I don't like people tell me. I want to taste for myself.
I have him rolling this camera on camera like a whole fool. You want to taste just the dough? You want to taste a piece of the pie?
Let's see.
What do you think about the bottom of the dough? You think it's crispy enough? What are you doing? Breaking the thing apart?
No. I mean,
Okay, taste the dough itself. Taste the dough itself.
For me, I'd cook the bottom first.
Right? She didn't cook it. She didn't cook the bottom. And I don't think this pie needed to go any longer.
Not bad. But, I mean, if you like it that way, it's all right. It's not that I don't cook, but...
The filling is not bad either.
They're good. I mean...
You notice the filling is not overly sweet? I kind of like that. Okay, the bottom, I wouldn't say the bottom was soggy. Keep in mind...
I mean, it's...
Okay, let me tell the truth. Keep in mind that I'm cutting this the next day because I lost all this on. Do you think it might have been crunchier yesterday?
Could be.
Let's heat it up in the air fryer. Joe came back and ate some. 7 minutes in the air fryer. I like the crunch on the dough. And the dough actually tastes good too. So I did Google it. And it says, which is what I thought, whenever you're making a pie and it has like a custard, something liquidy to go inside, so not apple pie, right? You need to blind bake first. So the blind bake, you would go ahead and put the pie dough in the dish just like I did. Grease the dish first. And then put the little covering or put aluminum foil to cover the edges because you don't want your edges to burn. Put a piece of parchment paper with some rice grains. I use rice grains because that's all I have, so uncooked rice. Bake it for like 15 minutes. They say 375 is a good number, sometimes a little bit higher, but I do 375. And then remove the parchment paper with the rice. Let it go another 5 to 10 minutes so the bottom can get brown. And then you can remove the covering from the edge. Put your filling in and then bake until the filling is done. Okay, so it's just another step that you have to do. We're not gonna toss this out. We're gonna put this in the fridge, and then for Thanksgiving, we're gonna heat it up in the air fryer just like we just did. I'll probably let it go 10 minutes. This was 7, but it was pretty good. Yeah, I love this. So you guys let me know down below if you try this recipe, okay? I did a lot of math. I had to use, can you see that chart over there? I don't know if you can see the black chart, the blackboard on the wall. That's my chart that I use when I'm gonna 1/3 a recipe, 1/4 a recipe, half a recipe. I made that up. I sat down and I did the math a long time ago and I put it in one of my books. I think I put it in the bread book. The bread book you need that you can pick up from Amazon, okay? So I hope that you guys liked what I did here, and you guys come back and let me know if you tried this, okay? I will put the recipe for this small one, the 6x2, for the dough and the filling, and I'll put the recipe for an 8 or 9 inch pie, the filling and the dough, okay? I'm not gonna do the big amount that lady did. This is all we're gonna do, all right? So just in case you made it to the end of the video, I want to do something different for this one. So we went to Walmart over the weekend, and I went to go pick up some chocolates. So I'm using my hand sanitizer because I have this little mini cake that I made for my daughter-in-law. It was her birthday on the 19th. Happy birthday, Esther. So I got some Kit Kat chocolate bars. And I got the, not the jumbo, but the extra large ones. They did have the jumbo, but we saw it after the fact. We bought 2 packages, but we ended up needing 3. So Joe went back in to buy another package. And then I'm putting the little mini M&Ms on top. See, it looks like a barrel of chocolate, right? So she likes a yellow cake with chocolate frosting, and she likes the chocolate frosting that comes from the baking cocoa. So we ran over to Costco because I want to get her a gift. You notice Joel is all the way in front of me, right? This is how he is when we go to Costco. He is so uncouth in the store. So he went to go get the groceries while I'm picking out the gift for Esther. So I'm going to get her one of these jackets right here, and I got the black one. And I'm showing my feet because I don't like to show people faces in Costco. And I told Joe that the other colors were ugly. We went over to Jory to drop off the gift for Esther. Jory's giving us something. Don't know what it is, but he don't want. Our son Jory wants cheesecake for Thanksgiving, but all he bought for the cheesecake was this. The cookies. This is the base. He doesn't want pie dough. He wants this. I'm like, but cheesecake uses condensed milk and cream cheese and lemon. What happened though? Joe says at least he bought something, right? So we're gonna make a regular size cheesecake and everything else is gonna be mini. I'm looking forward to it. So how you like Jory? Just some cookies for that cheesecake, right? So now I bought a brand new Christmas tree. It's black just like the one that we've had for over 12 years. The one that we have, the lights don't work anymore and I'm tired of not having my beautiful lights. So this was on sale for $39.99. So I picked it up. I'm trying to put it together. I'm opening the branches. Put the middle piece in, the top piece. And I'm looking for the connections to connect the three pieces so that the light will work throughout the entire tree. I found them, but they're hard to snap into place, so I've called Joe over. He's having some difficulty too. I don't know why they make it so hard to make just the connection for the light. You guys hear all that wind blowing outside? Okay, so Joe did his part. I didn't plug it in yet. Well, I plugged it in to test it, but now we're gonna test again, see? And I put it in place where it's gonna go right here next to the speaker and the fireplace, in front of the fireplace. And this Santa Claus, they used to have it at Joe's job, and when they shut the company down, the lady who took care of that gave me the Santa Claus. The tree is ready. And what did I do today? I made bread. I'm making 2 loaves of my white bread because I want to use that for some stuffing, for some extra stuffing, because I'm going to use the bimbo bread. And I also made baguettes so we can have tuna sandwiches for lunch today. Sometimes I just wake up and when nobody's home, like Josh was in his room working and Joe's at the gym, I just get in here and I make bread just because. Why? Because I know how to make bread. So see, I'm rolling up the baguette, greasing my tray, putting it on. And this is what I made today, guys. So I did a lot of baking today. I made 2 different breads and I made this little mini pie for you guys. Tell me if you like this part of the video where I put some of the vlog on the ending, right? Right behind, I'll put the recipe first and then put some vlog on the ending. Tell me if you like that, okay? I'm trying something new. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share the video, and of course, subscribe. Bye, guys.